Welcome to day 1 of anatomy. This is chapter 6 in Milady. Okay, so we are in one of the very few businesses that actually touch people. So it's kind of an important thing to know how it, how it functions altogether. It'll help you to know. You'll notice things. How your client's hair, skin, and nails might react to different services, different kinds of treatments. You should be able to recognize what is considered normal and what's abnormal to determine whether specific treatments and services are appropriate or if they should be referred to a doctor. Understanding the bone and muscle structure of the human body will help you use the proper application of services and products for scalp manipulations and facials, manicure massage, pedicure massage, that all has to do with this. So you need to have a solid understanding, of this. So I'm going to start out, I guess, with anatomy. The definition of anatomy is the study of human body structures that can be seen with the naked eye and how the body parts are organized. It is the science of the structure of organisms or of their parts. I'm pretty sure that's probably word for word what's in your book. This is one of those chapters where you will need to know a lot of terminology. So I go back and review a lot for this chapter. So it usually takes us, 3 to 4 weeks to get through it. We're going to try and do that a lot quicker here, but I will just go from one lesson to the next. I won't be reviewing when I go to the next lesson. You're going to have to review kind of on your own. So anyway, definition of anatomy is the study of the human body structures that can be seen with the naked eye and how the body parts are organized. It is the science of the structure of organisms or of their parts. Definition of physiology. I have that written kind of small. I can't tell if you can see it or not. Okay, definition. Physiology is the study of the functions and activities performed by the body structures. Okay, so anatomy is the structures. Physiology are what those structures do. Okay, I also have histology listed there, which is not listed in your book, but that is basically microscopic anatomy. You may find a test question on that somewhere along the line. Just so you kind of have at least heard of it before. Okay, cells, the definition of a cell. Cells are the basic unit of all living things, including bacteria, plants, animals, and humans. Without cells, life does not exist. As a basic functional unit, the cell is responsible for carrying on all life processes. So cells are kind of important. Okay, basic structure of the cell. You guys are missing out on chocolate-covered donuts, because that's how I usually do this. Okay, cells are composed of protoplasm. It's a colorless, jelly-like substance in which protein, fats, carbohydrates, mineral salts, and water are present. Okay, you can think of it as the white part of a raw egg. Okay, the nucleus is the dense, active protoplasm found in the center of the cells. It plays an important part in cell reproduction and metabolism. Cytoplasm is the watery fluid that surrounds the nucleus of the cell and is needed for growth, reproduction, and self-repair. It is the protoplasm of the cell. Okay, cytoplasm is the protoplasm of the cell. The cell membrane is the cell part that encloses the protoplasm and permits soluble substances to enter and leave the cell. Okay, cell reproduction and division. Some of this has been covered in earlier chapters. You might want to refer back to chapter 5 for some of this. Cells have the ability to reproduce. They provide new cells for the growth and replacement of worn or injured ones. Mitosis is the usual process of cell reproduction in human tissues that occurs when the cell divides into two identical cells called daughter cells. As long as the following conditions are favorable, the cell will grow and reproduce. There has to be an adequate supply of food, oxygen, water, It has to be a way to eliminate waste, and it has to be a proper temperature. Okay, the last part of this is tissues. Okay, and I know this seems like really short, really fast. I mean, honestly, this has only been 5 minutes, but these things, this is a lot of information, things that you really do need to know. Okay, so tissues are a collection of similar cells that perform a particular function. Each kind of tissue has a specific function and can be recognized by its characteristic appearance. Body tissues are composed of large amounts of water along with various other substances. Okay, there are 4 types of tissue in the body. Connective tissue is a fibrous tissue that binds together, protects, and supports the various parts of the body. Examples are bone. Okay, bone is considered connective tissue. Cartilage, ligaments, tendons, blood, lymph, and adipose tissue. Okay, adipose tissue is fat. All right, so that is connective tissue. Epithelial tissue is a protective covering on body surfaces. Okay, the skin, mucous membranes, the linings of the heart, the digestive and respiratory organs, and the glands. That is all made of epithelial tissue. Muscle tissue, we all kind of know what that is. Muscle tissue contracts and moves the various parts of the body. And then nerve tissue. Nerve tissue carries messages to and from the brain and controls and coordinates all body functions. Nerve tissue is composed of special cells known as neurons that make up the nerves, brain, and spinal cord. Okay, this was all pretty much definitions, but these are all definitions that you need to have straight in your head really before you go on to the next part of it, because we are going to be getting into the organs and the body systems, and you just need to know all of this stuff and have this sitting in the back of your mind while we are doing everything else in this chapter. Okay, so I will get the next one up soon. And I know, like I said, I know this was short, but it was a whole lot of information. So I'll see you next time.